We're back for tonight's Monday with the Mayor, and we actually have breaking news from Mayor Denny Spinner.
Good evening. Thanks for being here tonight. We have received notification as of last week that the Skyline Drive Overpass project, the railroad overpass project, has been released for public involvement by the Indiana Department of Transportation. So what the public will be seeing in the next few weeks is an official legal notice in our local newspapers about a public hearing to be held here at the Huntingburg Events Center. And the date for that will be October the 15th at 6 p.m. So that will be a chance for the public to comment on the proposal. That meeting will be conducted by the Department of Transportation and the engineering firm that has been contracted to design the project, which is DLZ. So that meeting again is October 15th at 6 p.m. The purpose is for all interested persons to comment on the project. The tentative timetable for the right-of-way acquisition and the construction will be discussed during that meeting, and a public statement session will be held during that meeting as well. There will be a 2-week comment period after that, so anyone who comes and participates who doesn't want to make a comment then will still have up to 2 weeks to comment after that through October the 29th. Now, the plans that are going to be discussed will be available for public viewing here at City Hall sometime after October 1st. We are expecting delivery of those plans within the next week, so I would give us until the October 1st, but after October 1st, a full set of those plans will be available here at City Hall, that if someone wants to come up during normal business hours, which is 8 to 5, they can ask to see the plans and review those. So this is the next big step in our process. The public hearing part of this is required by the state of Indiana to as the project gets funded from both state and federal sources. So we're glad to see that that next process has happened. So what this means is the environmental review from NDOT has been approved. The final design, or the proposed design, has cleared the channels to this point, and we certainly want public comment to be part of it. That is required, and we're looking forward to an evening where a lot of information can be available, but also comments can be received. And again, all those questions will be addressed by DLZ after they are received. There will not be like a question and answer session that evening. It's more comment. So, but all the comments that were received will be responded to before the document gets finalized. So for those coming to the meeting, it's not going to be a Q&A. It's not going to be, well, why are you doing this? It's more of a comment, but those comments will be addressed by both NDOT and DLZ after the comment period is over. So it's exciting to say that this next step is happening. This project has been in the works for Huntingburg for almost 50 years. So we're looking at, after this hearing, we'll have a clear idea of timing for this. Of course, this project wouldn't be made available without the great cooperation of the DuBois County Council and commissioners who are helping us fund this project. We're looking at a budget of somewhere around $9 million for this project, with just 20% of that coming from from local sources, both from the city of Huntingburg and the county have pledged $1 million towards this project. And so this is the next step in what is a slow process, but something is happening. We will have a public hearing, and looking forward to seeing those plans and hearing what our citizens have to say about it.
I kind of thought this came together fast. Been in the works for 50 years, but here we are only 2 years later, and we have a public hearing.
Well, it's moving, as government projects move. So I appreciate the folks having patience in the process. We get a lot of questions as what's going on, and this is the first time that we can really say there is a public document that will be able to be viewed to show what the proposed plans are. And I'm looking forward to the public meeting on the 15th, again, 6 o'clock on the 15th at the Huntingburg Event Center.
We'll shift gears a little bit now. You have fall cleanup days coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yes, this is our annual fall cleanup. The street department that conducts this at the street department lot on East 1st Street. The dates for that are Thursday, October the 8th from 12 to 7 p.m., Friday, October the 9th from 12 to 7 p.m., and on Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Again, we want to emphasize that fall cleanup days are for Huntingburg residents only. We have a lot of folks that live just outside of town that may want to participate, but because this is for Huntingburg residents only, we're going to require that you have a utility bill and another ID of some kind to show that you are indeed a citizen of Huntingburg, because the service is for them. And then the city also can refuse items if they are of a large type. The cost is $2 per car, $5 per truck, $5 per trailer for under 8 feet, and $10 per trailer over 8 feet. And there'll be some additional charges for other items such as computers and things like that, which will be the same rates that you would get if you would go to the county. This is something that we've had for years. I want to continue. It's an opportunity for those folks to maybe get rid of some items that have been sitting around the house for a while. Please be respectful of what can be done and can be brought. But I think it's a good positive thing that, again, this has gone on for Huntingburg for years, and we just want to make sure that everybody's aware. Again, the dates are October 8th, 9th, and 10th, and that'll be at the Street Department parking area on East 1st Street.
And of course, this interview is not going to be complete unless we bring up Herbst Fest.
Well, why won't we bring up Herbst Fest? It's Herbst Fest week in Huntingburg, and that is a great week. Last night, Sunday night, out at the Southridge High School auditorium, we crowned a new queen for this year. So we have Erica Beekline was named the queen for the Herbst Fest, and had a great turnout out there. 9 young ladies were in the contest, so it was a nice evening there. That launches things for the whole fest gets underway on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, with a parade on Sunday. Too many events for me to mention right now, but a lot of the traditional events that you'll see, great entertainment, and I will say the best food in Southern Indiana for a fest. You asked me before we went on if I had my eating plan arranged. I have a tentative plan set, but I can say that it will be a weekend where I'll be able to, and anyone will be able to come out and taste a variety of foods, from tenderloins to funnel cakes to pork chops to papooses to strombolis to, well, it's just amazing amount of food available, plus all the entertainment that goes along with this. A lot of great acts on the stages, both inside the stadium and outside. One of the big events, of course, is putting on the hits, which is always a lot of fun. The Little Miss Herbst Fest. Again, I'm going to miss some, but it's just a great weekend. And what I'd like to talk about really is we got to remember what the purpose of all this is. One of the purposes is to bring the community together, of course, but the origins of this goes back to, we have so many civic and church organizations that enrich our life here in Huntingburg, that are part of the fabric of what we do. And this is their biggest fundraising opportunity all year long. The largest percentage of money that's collected at these booths during this time, be it foods or games, goes directly back to these organizations that allows them to do the things that go on in Huntingburg year-round. It helps our youth, it helps our elderly, it helps our churches. So when you're going and you're buying that funnel cake or that apple dumpling, that you get instant reward off of that, because you get a great piece of fruit or food to go along with it. But the long-term effect is that year after year after year, this fest has supported those civic organizations and churches that are so much a part of our community, allows them to do that work. So I want to remind folks that when they go down there, that's what it's all about. It's a true community event that helps support the community, not only during the month of October, but year-round, and allows our organizations to really have an impact in Huntingburg.
Of course, I would presume most of them do fairly well with fundraising.
Absolutely. That's what it does is it doesn't have that constant knocking on the door. You can go down here. All of them do a great amount of turnout because we have great crowds. So that funds that they raise during this 1 week offsets almost a whole year of budget for many of our organizations. So it is important, and it's fun, and it's just a great way to bring the community together.
Well, Mayor, we appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you very much.
That's been Monday with the Mayor for this week. A little breaking news and everything in between. We'll be back after this.